Hello and good morning from our fourth and final day aboard the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. I'm heading up to the top deck. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so I'm taking the elevator up to deck number 12. That's where the running track is. One last look at the Royal Promenade from the elevator. The Windjammer restaurant is going to be right over here, which we're going to be coming back to in just a little bit. But I want to watch the sunrise and I want to watch us pull into port. It is incredibly early right now. The sun has barely started to come up. And we are pulling into Port Canaveral right now. It is so early and so quiet. I thought that I was going to see so many more people out on the deck preparing to disembark, but maybe they're waiting until the last minute, or they're just going to get some breakfast right now. I came up in the elevator, there were definitely people at breakfast, and it's starting to get a little bit busier. But it's just quieter than I anticipated it being. So I think what I like to do is go up here. I haven't been up here much this entire trip, and I think this will give a really cool perspective on the ship right now. It does look like we pulled back into the dock though, because this is where we parked just a few days ago. So we've officially made it back to Port Canaveral. Alright, I made it upstairs to the lounge, which is very quiet and uninhabited right now, but I'm heading over to the window to see what this view looks like. They're making a ship announcement right now. But this is incredibly cool to get to see this view of the ship as the sun comes up. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and probably head back to the room. I want to go grab a coffee and bring that to Brennan too, who's in the room getting ready. Alright, I'm down on deck 5, the Royal Promenade, heading over to the Cafe Promenade to grab some coffee. I'll bring that back to the room, and then we'll head to the Windjammer Market to get some breakfast at the buffet. The Cafe Promenade is where Brennan's been getting her coffee the entire cruise, and that's where the Starbucks is, so that's been a very popular location for us. Alright, I went back to the room. I got Brennan. This is the Windjammer Marketplace. She has her coffee and we are going to have some breakfast. So we have about half an hour to enjoy breakfast and then head back to the room to grab our stuff and disembark. Alright, so we're doing what we usually do, which is to try to find a spot, hopefully against the window, and then we'll go back and hit up the buffet. Alright, so we found our spot over by the window with the Disney Wish and a Carnival Freedom in the background. So this is what I got for breakfast. I got a waffle, pancakes, a banana smoothie, hash browns, fruits, a parfait, a vegetable and ham and cheese omelet, some bacon, some sausage, and some chocolate milk to start the day. Alright, and we are all done with breakfast, so we are heading back to the room to get our bags and disembark the ship. Some of our favorite meals were actually in here. Goodbye! Okay, so we are going to head back to the room, like I said, and then I think we have to head down to deck number 4 to disembark the ship. I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't know, I think so.
Alright, so now we're heading back to the room to grab our stuff one last time, walking down the hallway. So I'm taking the magnets off of the door to bring back home with us. We've made it back to the room, and all of our belongings are all packed up, and we're waiting to be called right now. So we were supposed to leave about 15 minutes ago, but they've only called about half of the self-assist numbers right now. So whenever they get to ours, which is number 12, we will be going down to deck 4 aft and disembarking the ship. This was a fun trip. Definitely Coco Cay was a massive highlight, just getting to explore this, heading all the way over to the South Beach, which was very quiet and comfortable. We pretty much explored the entire island, and I definitely want to go back to actually take advantage of more excursions and maybe at some point do the water park, because that did look like a lot of fun.
Gotta figure out what jellyfish season is.
I know, apparently those jellyfish were intimidating. I ended up not using these at all, these motion sickness patches, which was actually really cool because I used those for both Carnival and for Disney Cruise Line, and I did not need them at all this trip.
I think I noticed, like, on the second day, I'm like, wow, I never got seasick.
Yeah, and then of course I had to use my ocean cologne during this cruise. So I'm gonna go ahead and go out to the veranda, I guess, to show the port. There's the gangway down there, which we'll be disembarking as soon as they call us. And here's our veranda, which we came out and enjoyed a little bit just when we came back to the room to relax. Okay, I think we should probably grab our stuff and at least head down a couple decks just to prepare to disembark for when they call us. Alright, so they just called us. So we're heading down to deck 4 aft. But after we head over to that little balcony so I can get a picture with that dog. And here it is, the dog sculpture. And there's Brennan way over there to get a picture of me. With this, I'm gonna try to wedge myself in here. This is just overlooking the Royal Promenade downstairs, and everyone should be heading down to deck 4 to get off of the ship. So we just took some pictures with the Royal Promenade in the background. I can see that it is pretty busy down on deck 4, so we are taking our time making it down there to disembark the ship. It looks like a pretty long line. Okay, so we were sent outside to find the end of the line to disembark the ship. So we have to go all the way down and then come back. We're heading all the way to the very back of the ship to then turn around, disembark. We're walking around the back of the ship. This is where we watched ourselves depart from the ports on debarkation day. And now we're on the other side of the ship, and we're still continuing to try to find the end of the line. So there's another line being redirected in the opposite way, and we finally turned around. This is very different from debarkation day, or embarkation day? I guess today is debarkation day, the first day that we took the cruise. Just how much it was absolutely pouring down rain.
We'd like to thank you for sailing with us on board the Independence of the Seas, and we wish you a safe and pleasant journey home.
We've almost made it back around the corner to disembark. It's sort of funny because when we first came outside and we started to head around the corner, I totally dropped my camera on the ground very hard, and I've been having some problems with this camera, and now I don't have those problems anymore, so it might have fixed it. Okay, so we're back inside on deck 4. Downstairs is Studio B, where we did the ice skating. There's playmakers in the casino, and we're heading around the corner. Okay, now it's making sense. We're heading through the dining room, and I think we're going to be sent outside again. They did have breakfast in the dining room, and our table actually would have been right here, right above where we're standing right now, heading outside. It's actually pretty cool to see a different perspective of this dining room after having only sat at our table with people that we don't know, so it was a little bit awkward, but it was still very pleasant. They were very nice. That's where we just were, and now we're heading around the corner. We've almost made it. We're so close. And there it is, the gangway to debark the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. Did we really? Alright, so we have our key cards, which we have to scan to get off of the ship. And then we'll be heading back to the parking garage where we parked the car, and then driving back to Orlando. And about half an hour later, we did it. We made it off of the ship. That was a unique experience, debarking a cruise ship. That was interesting for sure. You can still see everyone walking around the deck of the ship outside. By Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas, we had a good time. Alright, so we made it outside, and we are back in the parking garage. Just like that. How convenient. The entrance terminal is over here somewhere. I think this is where we dropped off our bags, and then, yes, I think this is where we went inside and then went through security to get onto the ship on our first day. Yes, so we dropped off our bags here, which were delivered to our room on the cruise ship, and then we went inside the cruise terminal right there. But we're gonna go and head up the stairs because there's a very long line for the elevator right now. And there it is, the Independence of the Seas. We've made it back to the parking garage, and we are heading back home to Orlando, right? Let's go.
Go get a puppy.
We gotta go pick up Arlo, that's right. What's pretty interesting is that when we're leaving, pretty much the next cruise is arriving to board the Independence of the Seas, which is just incredible how quickly they can turn this around. Okay, we're heading back to Orlando.
Yay!
Hooray! Did you have fun?
I did.
Me too. Let's go on a cruise again.
Okay.
There's the Disney Wish.
You said that so aggressive.
Sorry.
That's the Disney Wish!
And then the Carnival Freedom's over there somewhere too, I think. That's
Yeah.
the one that exploded.
It didn't explode, it just caught fire.
And about an hour later of driving, we've made it back to Orlando, back home. The cats were fine the entire
Yeah.
weekend. We're actually going to be going to your parents' house to pick up Arlo.
And then stay for a little birthday dinner.
Because today, when we're actually recording this, your birthday is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
This was your
Woo!
birthday celebration trip, but tomorrow's your actual birthday, so
Yes.
we're gonna have a little birthday dinner tonight. So that was our cruise aboard the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. I already talked about this. We did not get to do everything that we wanted to do on the ship.
No, but that's okay. We did like a good amount of stuff.
I think one of the biggest activities that we didn't do, which is a little bit weird to not do on a cruise ship, we did not go into the pool
No.
at
But
all.
at
But
least
it was
we did
very
the water
busy.
slide.
We did do the water slide. We did tons of different recreational activities around the cruise ship.
Yeah.
A lot that we didn't know if we were going to be able to do because the time windows to do those activities were somewhat challenging to try to keep up with, in addition to just the availability of food and just wanting to just maybe have a couple drinks and
And I
just
think-
explore the ship too.
I think that is like one of the challenges of doing a 3-day cruise.
3 nights.
Three
It was
nights.
4 days, but we
I
just
just-
woke up this morning and left. So it
I
doesn't really
always
count.
think that like a 5-day, 5-night or whatever is the perfect amount. Anything less is like you're gonna be rushing to get a lot of stuff done if you like doing a lot of stuff. But if you like lounging, like I think 3 days is perfectly fine, especially for just like you know, an extended weekend type situation.
It's interesting because that's sort of our relationship dynamic. I'm a little bit more active. Brennan's a little bit more on the passive side in terms of just being able to leisurely enjoy an activity, and I like to run around and do a lot of just different recreational activities, but then we also both like to indulge in, and I like to relax too, and then Brennan likes to do fun activities as well. So just
we've always
trying
had
to
that
cram
really
it in.
nice blend.
Yeah, but and then just trying to cram it in just a 4-day, 3-night cruise. That was challenging, but I think we still did a really good job getting to do as much as we possibly
I
could have
know
done.
that I want to do like a longer stay cruise with you, but now that we've finally done our first cruise alone together, are you down to do like a longer stay now?
I think so, and that's also been the point and the reason that we did a Royal Caribbean cruise is because we've done Carnival, we've done Disney Cruise Line.
Gotta get you on Norwegian next.
Yeah, I want to experience the different cruise lines, and we've been to the Bahamas a few times now, so we need to explore the Caribbean and other itineraries probably.
And before we got on the cruise, we talked to your mom about doing an Alaskan cruise.
That would be fun to do too. Cruising, you know, I've never been on a cruise, and now this year I've been on 3 cruises
That's
so
how
far.
it works, man.
It's really casual, and if you book at the right time and you book the room that you want and the excursions that you want to do and the itinerary that you want, it can be pretty reasonably priced. So that's just been really nice to
We
take
were
advantage
talking
of.
about it on the way home, and I think like cruises are so nice because it's an easy vacation. Like you just go on, you book it, and then it's just this like built-in vacation already made for you to just do.
Right, and then just throughout that experience you can navigate your own personal itinerary, and that's what we did and what we like to do on these cruises. So that was fun. The Independence of the Seas, we went to Nassau, we went to Coco Cay, and just had a ton of different fun memories both on board and on land. So thank you for hanging out with us. We had a great time. Now it's time to actually celebrate your birthday.
Woo!
So we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.